Today is Saturday,
Right.
November 27th,
Oh,
7:30 in the evening in Toronto, Canada, and we are with Roman Mukherjee.
I'm in Ottawa.
Sorry, I apologize. Take that back. You're in Ottawa. Okay, well, I always thought you were in Toronto because we had met there once many, many years ago. So that's Ottawa, 7:30 p.m., November 27th, Saturday, and
Right.
here in Los Angeles, it's around 4:30 p.m. So,
Yes.
Roman Dada, how are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. Awaiting this so much brings sentiments back. Wonderful.
And I know you're so passionate about North Point for over all these years, and you and me have met several times. And I have three
Yes.
short questions to ask of you, Roman Bhai. The first one is when you first joined North Point as a kid, and during just the first few weeks in school, what initial memories of those days do you have?
You know, it's amazing. I carried over the experience I had in the Loreto convent that had initiated me into the school system. So that was partially helpful. But on the other hand, now I've switched from nuns to priests. It was quite a move. And more important, and most significantly, the the diversity of the student body was striking, was moving. You see, if you go back in my personal history, I was born in Czechoslovakia when the parents were of Slovak and Indian origin. So I moved from Czechoslovakia to India, and then I could speak Czech, I could speak Hindi, I could speak Bengali, and now I was being groomed for English. That is what I awaited, that, that North Point would be the place where we would do that. And we were told immediately to integrate, to be part of the whole. Sursum corda.
Wow, that's enlightening. I'm sure that it was a very explosive few weeks that you first joined North Point as a little boy and wanting to learn English with such a colorful background from the Czech Republic, Slovak, as well as the Bengali. So we are waiting to hear. We are waiting to hear more from you about how you spent your time in school. So Roman Bhai, the second question is, you and me have met on several
Yes.
occasions, and also I've heard a lot about you and your prowess on the playing field, especially in the on the cricket field. But then also I've come to know that you also acted very well, and you were really very good at elocution and the dramatic art. So can you just enlighten us on both of these topics at that time when you were growing up in school?
Well, if I may certainly go back to cricket, it's amazing. I was a lower division, and at that time, of course, we'd create teams, and at that time, they nobody wanted to pick up the pads and be a wicket keeper. So I just volunteered. To be very honest, I had no leaning. I just said, I'll go. What the heck. So I put the pads on. I felt, significant and all that, and the gloves. And the rector came to open it, Father Gallus. I won't forget that. So even the photograph of that opening was in the annual. It was so significant. So I began there. I was sort of initiated there. Then, when I went to upper division and we had serious recruitment, I volunteered to put my name on for wicket keeping. And since then, it was amazing. I could never let go any ball to pass me. I became so alert. Father West used to train me every morning before school began, every morning before the big matches. And since that time, I was most adept. So I'm most grateful to the team, and of course to Father West, who gave me the capacity to really do my job. Proud I am.
And it shows on you as well. And something about the stage, your days on the
Oh my
stage.
goodness, the stage. Well, North Point was well known for putting up all kinds of dramas for the school and for the public. We were the only school that put up the operettas of Gilbert and Sullivan, the British Gilbert and Sullivan. And again, Father West was in the lead. Everybody could participate depending on your voice level and so on. And I even took feminine parts. They couldn't put girls on. So I was in Pirates of Penzance, the Gondoliers, Mikado. Even my teacher, Morris Banerjee, was there. So we were all on the stage. It was really amazing. And we were, if I may say so, quite outstanding because even the Calcutta Press would come and cover us. So public enjoyed it. We went not only to school, but we went public. So, and on a personal level, I did well in elocution. I represented also the school at the inter-Jesuit competition, which the last was in my time held in Patna, and I won the medal. Came back, and of course, Father Stanford, our rector at the time, was so pleased, the good Jesuit competition. So yes, I did a lot in elocution, and I was pleased and grateful that I was given the chance to be on the stage and to have that confidence driven, because it's very important. It's not only showmanship, it's teammanship and a capacity to stage and to be present to the public.
You mentioned Maurice Banerjee and Father Stanford, and those were the two teachers as well when I was much younger than you in school. And I have heard about these two teachers for such a long time from your contemporaries. Were there any others that have impacted you at that time?
Oh yes, right to my being here in Canada, Reverend Father Burns and Reverend Father Galligan. These two had significant influence on me on a more social and what we did, charity work. They made me work out of the school in the tuberculosis hospital. You see, I played the accordion at the time too, so I would go there and play Nepali songs and so forth. So Father Burns and Father Van Wallingham were the key to me to do that kind of work. They were not my teachers or any, but they were the social workers, if you wish, inspiration.
Yes, thank you for that. Jesuit education impacted so much on all of us. And Roman Bhai, I have three. The third question of mine for you is I know that you have a very strong passion for North Point because, I've seen that on personally when you and me have interacted. And you have attended so many reunions in the past. So I presume you must be thinking about your boarding school almost every day. So what are
Well,
three?
yes.
So what are some? Well, at least you can name. I know you have many, but at least you can name at least three lasting images that kind of conjure up in your mind when you're thinking about North Point. Whenever you think about it.
First and most significant part is the full diversity that was in our school. And yet, we were able to hold together in this diversity. The English language, yes, it was the thread. And yet the diversity was also most visible and appreciated. And for me, it was the Himalayan that really drew me. I have good Himalayan friends as a result, up to His Holiness Dalai Lama's brother and so forth. So, that marked me. And I'll never forget. And then to this day, here in Canada, as a result of that background, I worked for the government of Canada in multiculturalism and race relations. So I got that formation from my school in India. You see, in addition, of course, my parents who were of mixed race and so forth. So if you combine all of that, the school certainly had a very prime influence for 12 years. I mean, those were very, very, what I call an ideal place of diversity, in spite of the common language of English.
I agree, and so many of us have similar emotions as well. So, you certainly are a kind of a flag bearer for North Point in all these years that you and me have known each other.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you agreed to join us for this interview. And I'm sure most of the younger North Pointers, as well as our contemporaries, yours and mine, will be so looking forward to seeing this interview and valuing it for the rest of their lives. So, in closing, any last minute advice that you might have for all of us?
The one piece of advice is that we have to be very conscious. Like Father Stanford said, what has been much given to us, all the more reason to serve. In other words, don't take advantage of what you received, give back. And they meant that very sincerely. Why would the Canadian Jesuits come all the way from their homeland and serve us in India? They were truly, truly Christian Catholic Jesuits who came to serve us. You see, because they were given such opportunity, they came to serve us. And that's wonderful to hear them because they practiced what they preached. And I I believe that they gave us that value, fundamental value.
I love it. I love what you said. So here we have been speaking with Roman Mukherjee, who was in North Point from 1950 to 1962, and he is in Ottawa and has spent some valuable moments with us. So, Roman Bhai, thank you again very much for being with us today, and I wish you and your family the best of health and happiness, and be safe
You
always.
do, and I'm pleased that you make this connection. I have to give you credit for this. It was wonderful. Before you end, I should tell you I have a very interesting souvenir. When I entered the convent, I still have the fork and spoon that was assigned to take, because at that time they didn't have forks and spoons.
Oh. And you've kept them
This is my souvenir.
You've kept them for what, 70 years?
Yeah, because in India we eat with hands. So where do we get fork and spoon?
Oh, what treasures, what treasures. Oh,
Anyway.
those memories are so great, so great.
Acha ji.
So thank you again very much.
Okay.